Anonymous Watch Guy here with a full review video for you. Quick wrist check. It's Tuesday. It's Tudor Tuesday. We're in the beautiful silver dial Black Bay 41. Today we've got another great watch for you. I have owned this watch for, about 2.5 years. And in that $1,000 to $2,000 price point, I think it is tough to beat. Of course, that is with the Sellita movement. If you want to step up and get the Caliber 400 movement, which did not exist at the time I bought this watch, you're looking at a little over $3,000 US, probably worth the money. But the Sellita version offers tremendous value. You can get these are $2,000 full retail, but you can pick these up on the gray market for $1,300 to $1,400, and even a little better than that pre-owned. Some definite great value for money on these, and they're a great watch. This is the 43.5 millimeter version. They do come in 41.5 millimeters and even 39 millimeters now. That 43.5 millimeter measurement is from the outside of the bezel to the outside of the bezel, and you can see the bezel does overhang the case some. You got just over 49 millimeters lug tip to lug tip. It is 24 millimeters across at the top of this rubber fitted strap. Obviously the inner part of the lugs here is a lot smaller than that. You're going to want to stick with an Oris branded strap anyway. These leather straps on these are really, really nice. It is 13 millimeters thick. It does have a double domed sapphire crystal with inner AR treatment. You do have a screw down crown that is signed at the 3 o'clock position, and this does have 300 meters water resistance. This one is running the Oris 733 movement, which is of course the Sellita SW200. That does have 26 joules, 28,800 beats per hour, 38 hours power reserve. Got that classic custom red Oris rotor. But this is just a very nice watch. Great build quality. It is a very modern dive watch. It is not a watch that's trying to be a homage to anything. It's not a retro reissue or anything like that. Not that I don't like those style of watches. I definitely do. But this is a watch that is its own watch. It's not trying to be something else. It's a very, very nice watch. Really like the kind of deep blue sunburst dial on this. It appears to be a different shade of blue and different lights. But that really kind of deep blue sunray dial, very, very, very attractive. You do have applied indices outlined in silver there, high polished silver handset. You do have a loomed kind of lollipop there in the center of the seconds hand. The loom on this watch is also very good. You've got your Aquis and your depth rating there above the 6 o'clock. Got your date window at the 6 o'clock position down there. This is a ceramic bezel insert. You do have very nice bezel action. Not even a small hint of back play. Really locks in really nicely. Everything lines up. Really, really good bezel action on this. Really like that ceramic bezel insert and that contrast of the black bezel against that deep blue dial. Very, very nice look. You do have a 7 millimeter crown that is easy to operate. Crown guards there. Don't get in the way. No issues with crown operation on this one. At just under 50 millimeters lug to lug, it may seem large, but your lugs curve down, whereas very comfortably, very nicely on wrist. These rubber straps, this is available on bracelet, but these rubber straps are very nice. You've got your push button deployant clasp with some perlage finishing on the inside there. I never cut the strap. This rubber strap is at full length. I did not cut it. I do have a larger wrist, so that's not an issue for me. There is some micro adjust. You can see here the lines where you would cut the rubber bracelet. You got some micro adjust on this clasp as well, which allows you, along with cutting it to fit, allows you to get a nice accurate fit. You can see it locks into place with each adjustment there. So very comfortable rubber strap. Really nice finishing on the deployant with some nice kind of vertical brushing on the outside and high polish with the logo there in the center. Very nice finishing on the watch overall with some high polish on top of the lugs, some brushing on the sides of the case, some nice kind of coin edging on the bezel. Really good grip. Again, solid bezel action. Really solid lume on this watch as well. But just a very attractive watch. Kind of a Oris's own take on a modern dive watch. There are many different color variations of the Aquis Date available. Again, many different size variations of the Aquis Date. The caliber 400 is a great movement, but the Sellita movement in these is also very nice, and you can get some really tremendous value with the Sellita movement version coming in well under the $2,000 MSRP on the gray market and on the secondary market. But just a very nicely finished watch, really, really top quality. I think there's some tremendous value for money, and it's just a watch unto itself. It's not trying to be something else. I think it has very clean look, very, very nicely finished, really beautiful deep blue dial. Again, so many different color options. The Diver 65, another watch from Oris, is kind of their more retro, vintage inspired piece. That's kind of in the same price point. Very nice dive watch as well, but for me, the Aquis beats that watch all day. Again, it's more modern, which again, I'm not against the vintage, I like that, but it is much better bezel action. If you've checked out the 65, not as good at water resistance, not as much bezel action, and I think the build quality overall is better on the Aquis Date. So in that price range between $1,000 and $2,000 US, especially again for this Sellita-based version, I think it is tough to beat the Aquis Date at that price point. The only kind of drawback I would say of this watch is, you've probably noticed it throughout this video, it does have inner AR treatment on the underside of that double dome sapphire crystal, but it's not the greatest AR treatment in the world. That's kind of again, you can see how much reflection you can see there. That's kind of the downfall of this watch. If you want to find a negative, not the greatest AR treatment. Also, the display back is also a mineral crystal. So you don't get a sapphire on the back, it is mineral. So those might be the two drawbacks on the watch, but other than that, just a great piece. I've had it for over 2 years, no issues with it. Runs great, keeps great time. Just a watch that I've really enjoyed. I'll give you a quick wrist shot of what it looks like on my 7.5-inch wrist. And I'll actually show you a comparison of it here next to the Tudor. Again, the Tudor is a 41 millimeter. This is a 43.5, but you can see larger bezel. Doesn't really appear that much different size-wise. I'll give you a nice wrist shot here on my 7.5-inch wrist so you can see how it wears there. You can see it wears very nicely. Does not overhang in any way. Those lugs curve down. Works very comfortably on the wrist. Great rubber strap. Very comfortable to wear. Great summertime watch when it's nice and hot outside like it is right now. But there you have it, the Oris Aquis Date. I will leave a link to the Oris website for this particular model in the description. If you like the video, give me a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.